Did you know that Walmart sells a tractor? It has a gas motor, trailer hookup, knobby tires, and even a weed sprayer. I've never seen anyone put this tractor to the test, and I was so curious that I bought it, and I am going to see if it can do tractor things, like pull a trailer, go through the mud, and much more. But it arrived in one of the worst conditions I have ever seen a package in.
It's not the greatest sign.
I mean, it looks intact.
This 2x4 crate was completely destroyed, and I'm already thinking that I purchased a return because this crate is meant for a side-by-side. But surprisingly, all of the pieces were there, just a few pieces of bent steel, so ultimately not that bad.
I mean, that's a little bent, but I'm not worried about it. I mean, somehow it seemed to have managed to survive. Yeah, no, I'd say it's fine.
We had to unload across the street, and since this crate was already falling apart, it ended up being easier to just transport the crate and then the tractor. Well, you know what they say about first impressions, and I'm having a hard time thinking of one worse than that. He literally told me that this is the most poorly packaged product he can think of in recent history. And he does this all day, every day. But so far, the only damage I'm aware of is this little bracket, which I could easily unbend. Did this thing come with cleaning wipes? Antibacterial wipes. Huh? Who put that there, and how the heck did they just ship it and it stayed in that crate? I wonder if we're missing any major pieces here. So the box was obviously a disaster, but that isn't what we paid for. We paid for the cheapest tractor at Walmart. Let's see what we got here. All right, drum roll please. I don't know exactly what I should have been expecting, but it's very riding lawnmower without a mow deck, isn't it? And a pit bike motor. That looks like a solid 110 pit bike motor. We've got legit adjustable tie rods for steering. It actually looks pretty stout. I think this is actually the exhaust. So is that actually the air intake? That's a block off plate at the bottom. That one's for looks, which is actually kind of a bummer because this thing would be pretty dang fun to forge through water in, but we'll see how high the air intake is. Maybe we can still do a little forging. Nothing looks too damaged in shipping, except for this fender is kinked upwards, but that could just be a factory error. Doesn't necessarily, oh, well, now it's straight. What do you know? We've got a seat belt, adjustable seat, weed sprayer. Wow, and a hole for a hitch. Brake light. That's plastic, but the rest of it is steel. I know it's really expensive for a little tractor, but if it can actually do some work, and we will put it to the test. Adjustable steering right there. It's really light. This thing might actually be pretty off-road capable. Let's see, it's normally pretty easy to tell if it's oil or not. That's real oil. Wow, this is one of the first things I buy from China except for the remote control lawnmower. That actually has real oil in it. So you can see right here that screw stops it from going full throttle. So I'll have to change that. Because I love little novelty doodads and toys, and doing things the normal way is just so boring. So boring. I'd say we got about a gallon in this can. Maybe just half a gallon. Yeah, I'm gonna guess that tank is about 1 gallon, maybe even 0.8. Okay, we've got fuel, we've got a choke. Okay. Nothing. My guess is battery did not come attached. I just got in a really big box for my next video, and it did come just like this. completely bashed in with these little latches, and that's it, holding on the top. There's only one latched when it arrived. Let's see. Battery is attached. There's a fuse. Is there a kickstart or a pull start? No, there is not. Oh, it is hand tagged for me. Mini green tractor, how do I know? Why do I get the feeling that they don't sell many of these? That's the vibe I'm getting right now. My guess is battery is dead. I'll plug it into the tender and then let's start building the trailer. Now, what best to suit the world's cheapest tractor than the cheapest trailer in my town from Harbor Freight? This trailer was on sale for $89, and it should be the perfect size for a tractor this small. I can't wait to put this thing to the test. It wasn't too dead for the charger to recognize it. It does say it's charging, so yeah. Hopefully that's the only reason why it won't start, but what concerns me is these little lights. Even when it's on the on position, not even the horn will turn on, so I don't know. Either it's super dead or we got bigger problems. Either way, we'll hit the trailer and circle back. This little trailer came flat packed in a super small box, so I had to build everything from scratch, and it actually took quite a long time. But this trailer does have a tilting feature that I didn't know when I bought it, so that's kind of cool. So after 2 days, it's still flashing. That can't be a good sign. Flip the key to on. There's a very subtle flicker. Every single other contraption I've bought from China comes with the battery disconnected, and I think this is why. And judging that it's completely assembled, which is also extremely rare, I think I bought someone else's returned item because it didn't work. And this is where it gets so crazy. There is one rating, it's 1 star, and it says basically the tractor wouldn't start, and there is a key fob, and there's nothing about the key fob in the manual. And when they reached out to customer service, they said, well, they don't come with key fobs from the factory, so why is there a security system? This must have been returned. So I look at my key, and of course, I have the same exact key fob, which means that Bob returned it for a second time, and then they sold it to me because I have this same exact security system key fob thing. But I am dedicated to getting this thing working, and maybe key fob Bob hasn't tried this. Brake on. Maybe the fuel isn't turned on since it isn't trying at all. To me, it just feels like a 90. Oh, there is a little on-off. So there was a fuel switch that you can't see, but it was on the on position. Basically, I didn't do anything except jump it and crank it forever until... Oh! Oh! It's running! This thing is so quiet. The only reason I knew it was running is because smoke was coming out of the exhaust. I love how this is designed for a kid, and even though the air intake is fake, they put the exhaust so your kid can just breathe in fumes on the farm all day. It's kind of smoking like a 2-stroke, I'm not gonna lie. Let's turn the choke off. Wasn't ready for that. Well, now that it's running and the trailer fits, it is finally time to put it to the test. All right, Dad, this is it. This is my new tractor. What do you think?
That's the beast.
It's
heavy duty. Gas in here, no diesel, right?
Yep, gas. And then look, you got a parking brake with an actual lock.
Oh, cool. Slower till it's rolling.
Yeah, I think so too. We want it to last at least today. First, I want to test cutting up some firewood and bringing it back to the house. Then we are only going to go more extreme from there. Only my dad would think that this is an easy place to start. Ah, uh-oh.
Oh! Oh! Oh, we bent the whole tongue of our trailer already. Look at this. I'm going to let some air out of these tires. They're not super high, but on account of how I'm just locking up constantly and sliding wherever the world wants to take me, I'd rather debead than slide off a cliff, you know?
The tires are so stiff, you can't really notice any difference taking some air out, and the trailer is so light, it's basically swinging wherever it wanted to go in the ice and snow. And the tractor itself is very top heavy, and the rear suspension is like a four-wheeler where it just goes straight up and down. So with no suspension in the front, there isn't any flex, making it even more likely to tip over. I got the front wheel in the air constantly, and we're going downhill at the moment.
Let's see how much wood we can fit in this thing. This steep road here is a lot better than the one we came down, but it is going to be extremely tough to get up. Especially that icy corner we saw on the way in. I'm nervous about that. Dad, you know this trailer bent just going around the hill?
No, not already.
It's rated for 600 pounds.
You might be right. And maybe the trailer doesn't make it.
I think he agrees with me now. The trailer might break first. Oh, it's too much weight. I lock up the brakes and it just keeps pushing me down the hill. Whoa! Honestly, I didn't even think this would make it this far. Anything remotely uphill with this weight, I am very impressed. Oh. Ah! Oh! Oh, I shouldn't have let off. You know your tractor's small when doing this actually helps. Here we go, full throttle. I'm not letting off till I stop or roll down the hill.
I think assuming this little tractor could push my 190 pounds and the trailer weight uphill was pretty ambitious. Also, it's a good point to mention that this is a 4-stroke engine. It should be broken in at this point, and certainly not smoking that much.
I was expecting a little bit more than that.
That's not a very steep hill.
No. All right.
You want to try that?
Let's see.
Go the other way.
Yep, that's full throttle, probably at a 4% grade. So towing is obviously not this thing's specialty. It wouldn't even go uphill with just the empty trailer. So we hooked it up, did some towing, and now it's time to see what this thing is capable off-road on its own weight. And as it turns out, as long as you keep your momentum,
Besides the trailer being off, I found our secret weapon. In reverse, it's a lower gear. I have way more torque in reverse. Oh! Oh no! I think we took in too much water on that little puddle. Too bad the air doesn't actually come in here. I think we took in water. Oh no. What do you think, Dad, if I tip it? You think I'm better off wearing the seatbelt or not? I feel like I don't want to be strapped to it.
I think not.
I think I want to get away from it and just let it go.
The roll bar is a joke, and if it throws you a little bit out, that's better than having the thing land on top of you.
Yeah. Come on! Come on! No!
this little tractor is simply geared too high. It goes really fast, like
way faster than you would want with a kid on it. And it does have a sticker that says that you shouldn't drive this if you're under 16, but it's quite obviously made for people under 16. Gotta be some kind of legal loophole. But even knowing all of that, I wanted to put it to one final test, the creek crossing. If my rear end slides out, I'm gonna roll it right into the creek. I wanna try to not do that.
That'd be a good thing to avoid.
Took some damage. Look, this is to protect my sprocket. It bent so much it almost hit the chain. That means I hit the bumper, the frame, and the sprocket. I'm just gonna ramp it straight up. You ready? Yep.
Oh, you got it.
We did a creek crossing in a Walmart tractor.
Barely, but you made it.
Originally, I wanted to attempt this entire trail, but that clearly wasn't happening, and little did I know the way out was going to be even harder.
Woo, woo, woo.
The fenders do their job. Even with the winch's help from my dad's ATV. These are extremely tough conditions, heavy wet snow on top of frozen dirt, and I am much heavier than the intended rider. But still, this thing, for the price, is just a complete piece of junk. I think you'd be better off just letting your kid roam on a riding lawnmower. But did I have fun with it? Yes. Am I going to turn it into some kind of drift go-kart? Absolutely. So subscribe for that, and subscribe for your chance to win this GoPro at the end of the month.